Picture this. You buy your first property. With no money in the bank, no help from family, no inheritance, not a single cent of your own. And no, this isn't some internet trick or miracle course. It's real, and thousands of investors around the world are already doing it. The problem is, no one explains it properly. In this video, I'm going to reveal how it's done and what you need to change in your mindset to make it happen. Stay until the end, because I'll also share the most common mistake that causes people to lose everything before they even start. But first, subscribe to the channel. You don't need money, it's completely free, and the value you'll receive here could change the way you see investing forever. Let's begin. They've brainwashed us. Since we were kids, they kept repeating, to invest in real estate, you need lots of money, years of savings, or a wealthy family. And of course, if you believe that, you'll never dare to take the first step. But let me tell you something that makes many uncomfortable. Real investors rarely use their own money. Surprised? That's exactly how those at the top play the game. They use the money from banks, partners, or even tenants to build their wealth. And while you're waiting for the perfect moment, they're already collecting rent every month. The difference isn't in the bank account, it's in the mindset. The real estate game isn't won by whoever has the most, it's won by whoever understands how to play. Today, we're going to destroy that lie and open the door to the real world of investing. No excuses, because once you understand what I'm about to show you, you'll never look at money the same way again. I'm going to reveal 3 real strategies that allow you to invest in property without using your own capital. These are not theories pulled from a book. They are tactics real investors are already using all over the world. And stay until the end. Because I'm going to share the most critical mistake that most people make when trying to start without money. A mistake that can cost you time, money, and credibility. Ready to see how it's done? Strategy 1. Smart leverage. The first step to investing without your own money is using other people's money wisely. And the best example of this is a mortgage loan. No, I'm not telling you to dive into debt recklessly. I'm telling you to use credit as a strategic tool. Picture this. You find a well-located property that you can rent out from day one. The bank lends you the money to buy it. And from the very first month, the rent covers the mortgage payment. The result? You invest zero, and the property pays for itself. That's how Luis started, just an ordinary investor. He had no capital, but he had information. He analyzed the average rent in the area, compared rates, and closed the deal. Today, that property not only pays itself, it's worth more than when he bought it. That's smart leverage, cash flow, and future gains without using your money. The key is that the numbers must work, that you don't rely on your pocket, and that you understand this. The bank is not your enemy. It's your springboard. If you know how to present yourself, how to negotiate, and how to select the right property, you can get started, even without capital. Strategy 2. Capital partners. This strategy is powerful because you don't need to be rich or experienced or even take out loans. You just need to know how to spot a good opportunity. There are thousands of people out there with money who don't know what to do with it. They're afraid to invest, they don't have the time, or they simply don't understand the market. That's where you come in. You do the work. You research, search, analyze. You find a profitable property and create a clear proposal. Then you present it to an investor. They bring the money. You bring the plan, the time, and the execution. In the end, you split the profits. This isn't theory. It's how many silent partnerships work. And you'd be surprised how many people would jump in if someone like you simply showed them the way. The key is to become valuable. When you know how to find a profitable property, how to estimate the rent, and how to make the deal work, the money finds you. And here's the best part. When you nail the first deal, that same partner usually comes back or brings others. Because money always looks for safety. And if you can offer that, you don't need capital. You just need to become a magnet for opportunities. Strategy 3. Control without ownership. In real estate, it's not always the owner who wins. It's the one who controls. This strategy is about using legal contracts like purchase agreements, strategic subleases, or option-to-buy deals to take control of a property without actually owning it. Here's how it works. Let's say you sign a long-term purchase agreement. While that agreement is active, you find someone willing to buy it for more than what you agreed to. You're not the owner, but you hold the right to buy. That right has value. You can sell it or negotiate it. It's legal flipping, without putting up capital. Or maybe you find a landlord who doesn't want to deal with managing the property. You agree to rent it at a fixed price, and then sublease it for more. You manage it, you add value, and you keep the difference. And the best part? Many owners are willing to give up control if you offer them peace of mind, consistency, and results. This is the most invisible strategy, and often the most profitable. Because in real estate, you don't need to own to earn. You just need to learn to see opportunities where others only see limitations. The fatal mistake you must avoid. This is where most people fall, even after learning all the strategies. The fatal mistake is going into debt without understanding cash flow. Buying a property without making sure it generates real income from month one is like jumping off a cliff without a parachute. Many people make this mistake. They fall in love with a property, trust their gut, sign the loan, and when the first payment hits, they realize the rent doesn't even cover 70%. The result? Month after month, they start pouring money from their own pocket. And that dream? It becomes a nightmare. Real estate investing isn't just about buying cheap. It's about buying smart. A self-paying property isn't magic. It's math. You need to analyze potential rent, expenses, risks, and only if the cash flow is positive do you move forward. Never buy on impulse. Buy with a strategy. Because if the rent doesn't cover the loan, your asset becomes a liability. And the business stops being a business. Leverage without cash flow is dynamite. In expert hands, it's power. In impulsive hands, it's ruin. And you're no longer a beginner. You've seen it now. You don't need to be a millionaire to start in real estate. What you need is vision, strategy, and decision. Today, you learned 3 real ways to invest without using your own money. First, smart leverage, where the bank becomes your silent partner. Then, capital partners, who put up the money when you bring the plan. And finally, control without ownership, where you can generate income without being the owner. What matters isn't how much you have in your bank account. It's how well you understand the game. Because in this world, knowledge is power, and the one who knows rules. Real estate power isn't in the paperwork. It's in the understanding, and you've already taken the first step. Now comes the most important part, putting what you've learned into action. So, are you going to keep watching from the sidelines? Or are you ready to get in the game? If this opened your mind, just imagine what's coming. This channel isn't here to entertain you. It's here to transform you. And if you truly want to learn how to invest smartly, with no excuses, and with long-term vision, subscribing is the first step. Now I ask you, which of these 3 strategies could you start applying today? Let me know in the comments. That's where your first move as an investor begins. See you in the next video, where we'll keep breaking myths and building freedom brick by brick.